Good morning. This is your 8:15 daily operations weather briefing, starting out with some chilly once again conditions this morning. Otherwise, fairly quiet around the area with some partly cloudy skies, and we should see a fairly quiet weather day ahead as we'll pick up a slight breeze out of the southeast, and temperatures will moderate a bit to more seasonable norms as we go into the afternoon. And we will be on a warming trend as we move through the remainder of the week. We'll see some breezy conditions building into the area as we move overnight into our day tomorrow. We'll see some rain chances moving in as we get into the end of the work week. So we look at the current surface analysis. That area of high pressure overhead is starting to recede off to our east, and it's going to allow that southerly component to the flow to the winds start to build in out of the southeast as we go through our day today. And then as that continues to move away, we'll see a more southwesterly wind, particularly as we get into tomorrow. Then this area of low pressure over the north central part of the country is going to be tracking eastward, and it's going to drop a boundary through the area as we get into the day on Friday, bringing our next chance for some rain shower activity, possibly even a thunderstorm. But for now, our current conditions, just a few clouds at 14,000 feet and broken at 22,000 feet. We have fairly calm winds, temperature 34 degrees, relative humidity is at 89%. Take a look at the current visible satellite. We can see that cloud cover streaming through the area, mainly those high clouds. There are some mid-level clouds off to the northwest that are going to be tracking into the area as well, eventually becoming mostly cloudy as we get later in the day today. But we'll see some breaks in that activity as we move through the morning hours. Take a look at the high-resolution model. We'll see, again, those clouds will be on the increase as we move through the day today, but things do look dry, and we'll pick up a slight breeze out of the southeast, and we'll keep a slight breeze as we go into the evening time frame as well. Very slight chance of a sprinkle, although not being indicated on this model, and really looks to be a pretty minimal chance we see a sprinkle after midnight tonight, and would not be very impactful if it was to happen. Otherwise, just continued cloudiness, and then we'll start to see a few breaks in the cloud as we get into the start of the day on Thursday, as we start to see those winds increasing. Will become quite breezy for Thursday with partly to mostly cloudy conditions. Again, another dry day, and good chance of seeing a wind advisory as we move through the day, but with those winds out of the more south-southwesterly direction, it's going to bring in some milder temperatures, possibly reaching 70 degrees for our high on Thursday. Things continue to look dry as we move overnight Thursday into Friday. We'll continue with some breezy conditions, so possibly seeing a wind advisory continue into the evening time frame. But nonetheless, we do expect some breezy conditions for Friday as well, so if we are able to cancel that, we'll likely see another wind advisory on Friday as this front starts to approach the area, particularly as we get later in the day or mid-afternoon on Friday. It does look like we'll continue to see some mild conditions ahead of this front, so possibly a high temperature back up around 70 degrees for the first part of the day. But as this front starts to drop into the area, it will bring with it some cooler temperatures once again as we go into the start of the weekend. We'll have a slight chance of a morning shower, but generally expecting much of the shower activity, as this model is showing, to start to really approach the area as we get into the middle to later portions of the afternoon. There are some models that indicate this could be a little bit sooner and closer to the start of the afternoon, so generally increasing chances as we go through the day, with those chances becoming likely by the time we get into the late afternoon. And as you'll see here, some scattered shower activity pushing through the area. Do have a few pockets of some brighter reflectivity being simulated here, and that's going to bring about a chance of maybe even an embedded thunderstorm with this boundary as it pushes through. And then as we go into the evening, we'll see that shower activity continue to push out of the area, wind shifting out of the northwest, and cooler temperatures settling in as we go into the start of the weekend. So the 24-hour weather risk chart for today looking green across the board for the next 24 hours. We'll see that high temperature up around 54 this afternoon, and we'll see those winds picking up slightly out of the southeast, 5 to 10 knots by late morning, increasing a bit to 8 to 13 knots, gusting up to 18 knots as we get into the afternoon time frame. And we'll keep that 8 to 13 knot breeze generally out of the southeast to start the evening, turning more subtly and eventually south-southwesterly as we get into the start of the day on Thursday. As mentioned, we'll see high clouds around the area today with some mid-level clouds building in as we get into the afternoon, becoming mostly cloudy, But we'll see those dry conditions prevail. We'll see our low temperature early in the evening, around 46 degrees, and as those winds turn more south to south-southwest, we'll start to warm up the temperatures a couple degrees as we move through the early morning hours of Thursday. Tides running normal at this time, and as we look at our Thursday forecast, as mentioned, should be a mild day with a high around 70 degrees. Dry day as well, but we will see those breezy conditions with an orange risk for that wind advisory criteria. Breezy as we go into Thursday evening as well, with clouds sticking around the area and a mild low around 58 degrees. We continue with a yellow risk for possibly seeing that wind advisory carry into the evening time as well. Back to an orange risk for Friday, as we do expect breezy conditions both ahead and behind that front as it settles through the area. And generally a deteriorating day on Friday, as we'll see mostly cloudy to overcast conditions. Again, slight chance of a morning isolated shower, and then those chances will continue to increase, and better chance of seeing more scattered showers as we go into the afternoon time frame, and possibly seeing a chance of an embedded thunderstorm with that afternoon activity as well. And we'll see another mild day ahead of the front and ahead of that shower activity with a high around 70 degrees. And then we'll see temperatures cooling during the evening behind that front with another push of some colder air settling into the area. That's going to wrap up the 8:15 daily operations weather briefing. We'll be back again at 10 a.m. Take a look at the extended forecast. Enjoy your morning.